tonight I'm in Ambleside in the Lake District, and I've come to the Schelly, which is a really interesting restaurant because the Schelly is owned and operated by the Blackburn brothers. Now, the Blackburn brothers are famous because they opened the Old Stamp House, which has a Michelin star, and it's regarded as one of the best restaurants in the north of England. Now, this is the sister restaurant, which sources the same produce and has the same sort of concept. However, it's priced at a lower level. And this place has a Michelin Bib Gourmand, which is similar to a Michelin star. However, it's for restaurants that you can get a meal in for less than £50. So it's a bit more affordable, a bit more accessible. But it has all of the same produce and has basically the same concept as the Michelin star restaurant. So let's go in and check out what it's all about. So here I am at my table in the Schelly, and this place is amazing. It's a really nice atmosphere in here. There's only around about 30 covers, and I think 8 of them are in the chef's table in the other room. So this is a really small, intimate venue, and I'm sitting up against the window. So I've got a long table where I'm just looking out on the window. So very private, very discreet. Now the menu's in front of me here. Now the Schelly, just out of interest, is a local fish that only exists in the Lake District. So the Blackburn brothers who set this restaurant up want to celebrate the local environment, so they've called it the Schelly. And a lot of the food on this menu is local produce, so they're trying to find things that are interesting that they can create really interesting dishes out of. So we've got some specials. So one of them is the flank steak chimichurri, £25. Now these are the big plates, so the sharing plates, and there's a sea bream at 31 and sea bass at 41. So we've got sharing plates. They've also got small plates, which obviously come in smaller quantities, and then they've got some starters. So I've been through the menu and I've ordered a variety of different things. So I've decided to go for the wild boar and apple sausage in Cumbrian sauce, and obviously that's local sausage. The potted shrimp, curried cauliflower, which I'm told is a classic dish for this restaurant. It's very popular, so I'm going for that. And I've gone for the mushrooms found around the woods in Ambleside, which is obviously local delicacy. I've gone for the steak chimichurri, and I've ordered 2 sides as well. Decided to go for the chicory pear blue cheese and walnut salad, and also the honey glazed chantenay carrots. Now, let's see how much food we get. You can see the prices on here. We'll talk about the bill at the end. It's not that cheap, but let's see how it goes. I'm also going to get a couple of desserts because the desserts in places like this are usually really, really good. So I've placed my order. Let's see what the food's like. Okay, so I've ordered some focaccia, which comes with a nice hummus dip. Looks really impressive. It's come very quickly. Very, very light. Let's just have a little bit of this hummus dip. Wow. And that focaccia is really light, really, it's almost hollow. Very light, very flavoursome. Great start, really good start. Let's see when the food comes. So 2 of the things have now arrived. So this is the wild boar and apple sausage with a Cumbrian sauce. So let's dive in whilst it's still hot. So the sausage has been pre-sliced, as you can see. So that looks like 1 sausage worth, I think. Not sure what the Cumbrian sauce is. Wow, that's incredibly tasty. Really, really, really nice quality sausage. And the sauce is like a super sweet. Super sweet sauce. That is a very, very good dish. In fact, it's quite rich. If you ate all of that, I think actually it'd be quite full. So even though it doesn't look like a lot, it's actually quite filling there. Let me just put that out of the way. And this is the potted shrimp curried cauliflower. Now, when we came in, we were told that this has been on the menu since it opened. It's a very popular dish, and they're going to continue and keep it on. And it's basically a soup, so it's like a shrimp soup with cauliflower. So let's see what it's like. So the first thing to notice is that it doesn't taste of shrimp, it doesn't taste of fish. It basically tastes a bit like just cauliflower, but a very rich flavour. Really, really tasty. Oh, that is lovely. So I'm going to crack on, finish the rest of this, and I'll see you when the next piece of food arrives. Right, well, the dishes are coming thick and fast now. Minutes after the last dish, the mushrooms have now arrived. Now, On the menu, it said mushrooms found around the woods in Ambleside. It didn't really give me any hint as to what it was going to be, but as you can see, this is quite a complicated dish. So we've got a sort of mushroom puree on the top, and underneath that we've got some spelt, which is grain. So let me just dig in. Oh, you can't really see any of it because it's just all being consumed by the mushrooms on top. It smells strongly of mushrooms. So this dish is sort of served slightly ambient. I wouldn't say it's hot, it's not cold. Sort of feels like it was warm, but not anymore. It's a little bit like a very thick mushroom soup with some grains at the bottom. Let me just have another bit. It's like a mousse. It's very, very light, and so it's not heavy at all. Tastes strongly of mushrooms, very tasty. Yeah, it's a very weird dish, not like anything I've had before. Quite nice, very upmarket. I'm not sure I'm going to eat all of it, but I'll have a bit more of this, and I'll see you when the next thing arrives. Great, so the main course has now arrived. So I've got the flank steak with chimichurri sauce on here. You can see it's been sliced into multiple different slices. This again is all local produce. We've got honey glazed chantenay carrots, and then chicory, pear, blue cheese, and walnut salad. So let me just cut off a piece of this steak. So you can see it's very tender, very easy to cut, very soft. Meat itself, very, very succulent, really nice, melts in your mouth, and then the chimichurri sauce, it isn't too overpowering, it does give it a very good flavour. So when you have the two together, it tastes more of chimichurri sauce than it does of steak. Well, that's the way it's served. Let's have one of these carrots. Looks pretty good, nicely glazed. Wow, incredibly hot. Pretty hot. Really tasty, really nice. Been cooked super well, nice and al dente, but very, very hot. And let's take a little selection of this salad. Yeah, a bit of chicory, one of the walnuts, with some of the cheese in there. Okay. Really nice, really well addressed salad. So first impression, I mean, it looks great, nicely presented, it's good portion size. So let me eat some of this and I'll see you again in a minute. Right, the desserts have now arrived and they don't disappoint in terms of the visuals. They look amazing. So this one is the ginger cake toffee sauce with chantilly cream, and it's got this really interesting piece of art on the top of it. So let me have a little. Oh, it's quite hard. It might need the spoon to break into that. Oh, it's like a crispy outer shell. So I don't know. I presume it's been cooked in the toffee to make it crispy. A little bit of toffee sauce and a little bit of the cream. Just have the three things together. I've got a sweet tooth. I do like desserts. That is absolutely fantastic. It's like it's got a crisp outer shell, but really soft on the inside. Toffee sauce, really, really strong flavour. It's been sort of reduced, so it's really tasty. Chantilly cream, great. Let me have a little piece of this. It's just sugar, but altogether, that is amazing. Just try some of the bramble and frangipan tart with clotted cream. So go down to the bottom. You see the bramble at the bottom here, which is basically a wild fruit around this area. So get some of that cream off. That's very different to the first dessert. More of a cake, it's warm, it's got a crispy top, very, very tasty. Not as sweet as that one, but really delicious. I mean, I could eat both of these right now, but let me have some of it and I'll see you outside for the wrap-up. So here I am, I've finished the meal. What is my verdict of the Schelly? Well, interestingly, before we get onto that, I was speaking to one of the waiters about Schellies, the fish, and apparently they are now only found in 4 waters in the UK. So it's basically like a prehistoric fish. I think they were overfished in the past, and now they're quite rare. So even though this is called the Schelly, you won't be eating any Schelly here because it's quite hard to come by. Now, what was my overall assessment of this meal? Well, as I said right at the beginning, this place was set up by 2 brothers who run a Michelin-star restaurant. So they pitched this at a lower level. It's a slightly different concept where you have sharing plates rather than ordering one meal just for yourself. So things come on small plates or larger plates, and then they come at different times, and you just have little pieces of each. So I started off with the focaccia, and then we had had a soup, which was basically the potted shrimp, had some mushrooms, which are a really interesting sort of mousse that was over some svelte. And then we had the main course. I had there was another starter as well, which, let me just check the bill. I'll be able to tell you exactly what all the starters were. So the other starter was, the sausage. So I had a wild boar sausage. That was absolutely fantastic, sliced up, and it came with a nice dip. So they were the 4 starters. I then had just one main course, which was the steak, which was the special. And that was £21, with 2 sides, the carrots and the chicory salad. And then had 2 desserts, which were basically the only 2 desserts on the menu. So my overall assessment of the menu is that it's pretty short. So there was a lot of things on there that didn't really take my fancy. So there's a lot of fish on the bone, which I always find way too fiddly. So really, out of the main courses, the only one that I really wanted was the steak. There was a cheek of beef on there, which I didn't really fancy, and some lamb, which was priced at £39, which I found quite expensive. So I ordered everything pretty much that I wanted. The food itself was absolutely delicious. It was first class in terms of the ingredients, the way it had been served, the presentation. This was Michelin star quality food in a restaurant that doesn't have a Michelin star, but it does have an accolade from Michelin. So very, very high quality food. Service was very good. Bit more relaxed than a Michelin star restaurant, so a bit more friendly, but very attentive, or came very quickly. So I can't fault the service. I'd give that, really good score. The food itself, impeccable. In terms of the price, so for all of the dishes that I ordered, which was enough food for 2 people, plenty of food, I feel full but not too full, it's coming at £97. Now, interestingly, there is no service charge applied to the bill here. So it's all completely discretionary, which is quite unusual these days, particularly when you're coming to a relatively high-end restaurant like this. So I gave them a 15% service charge on top, which I think was okay. So it came in all in £111. So for this area, quite expensive. It's the most I've paid in the Ambleside region for some of the meals that I've been having, but I would say this is the best meal that I've had, certainly in terms of quality, certainly in terms of the ingredients and the dishes and the way they were presented. First class. So overall, very impressed with the Schelly. If you're in the region, I would definitely make time to check it out. You'll have to book in advance because this place is always full. In terms of a score, I'd say ambience was really nicely done, very, very classy, nice buzz, nice hubbub, quite small, intimate, felt the sort of place you'd like to come back to. I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10 for ambience. And in terms of the food, same score, 9 out of 10, which is a really, really high score. But this place deserves it. So if you're in this area, definitely check it out. Thank you for watching this video all the way through to the end. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'll see you again on the next.